So in the last class, we have discussed about talent management and how is it important while managing the organization. So we'll go to the next topic, that is changing demographics. So in the last couple of say decades, the way the people are, their living style has changed. Okay, so we have this dual career couples where both family members or the elders of the family are working. There are growing number of young employees. As you know that India is a youngest nation with more than I think a large number of people who are in the age group of 15 to 45. So India is called as the youngest country. That's why the opportunities for employment has become so competitive. So with these things, the way people are working, the type of people working, so there is a steady decline in the blue collar job, and there is more of service industry where there is a lot of weightage given to white collar jobs. So slowly the way people are working or the type of industry they want to work, it is changing, and this is demanding many a things. So when you have a dual career couples or working mothers, okay, say for example, the couple is working in a same MNC, so you have to give them extra care about taking care of say their kids. So there is a nursery at the office level only, so that they can come in time, take care of the children simultaneously. Then there are growing number of young employees, so you have to take care about what they want. That's why there is a concept of leave travel allowance. Every now and then they take them for trips so that they get rejuvenated. The workplace setup also should be in the way such that young people should be motivated to work. Now gone are the days where people, your employees used to work at one place lifelong. Okay, so once they got into a job lifelong, till retirement they used to stay there, but those are not those things. Now constantly we see some, people who are job hoppers, who are in the verge of finding out of a new job, a better job, maybe better in terms of payment or in terms of career growth or in terms of going on site and so on. Okay, so these things are giving more challenges, so there are more working mothers. So when you have working mothers, then that's why this concept of such we have better business opportunities, because when you have both the people working, the need for ready made food or instant food, then coaching classes, and all those things are increasing more and more. So this is both a career opportunity as well as in the company they have to give them extra benefits so that they will work better and they will give good quality products and services. So when there is a steady decline in blue collar job, means people are more and more are say getting educated, want to do a job, they don't want to be a laborer. Say like say for example, a driver's son doesn't want to become a driver. Okay, so he wants to be say some officer or some bureaucrat. So this thing is changing. So you are having plenty of opportunities for people who want to work. Okay, so there is a stiff competition in the job market, and even it is better for the company so that they can choose from a wide way, wide say options to pick up the right people at the right place. So this changing demographies is both a blessing in disguise, as well as it sometimes creates a problem also. So next we'll move on to how employees expectations are changing. Now, gone are the days when the employees used to just follow whatever the boss used to say to it. Now, the young people want to get empowered. They want to take part in the decision making. Yes. So they want to take part in the decision making. They want to be, praised for their work. they want proper salary pay. If they are something goes wrong, they are raising their voice, so the way people's satisfaction level is different. Some people are working for money, some people for praise, some people want something else. So the way people or employees are demanding from the management is different. If not given properly, they are ready to shift the job, because there is plenty of opportunities in the market, so many companies are there. So as the employees expectations are changing, we have need to tap them in such a way that they shouldn't leave the job. And this is a very challenging thing, so that you can tap them, keep them satisfied, and see to it that the cost of the company doesn't change at all. Then they want to be respected, they have to give them integrity, so the quality of status, they wanted to be treated as equal. This casteism, racism, and all those nonsense things are not entertained. If something goes wrong, you give one message, or say with this social network, social, what do you call, uh, with that people raise their voice on Twitter, on Facebook, and so it becomes a big mess. So that is about, people have become very judgmental. They don't want to hear something which is annoying. Maybe a slight or a small comment about anybody makes a big fire out of it. So companies has to be careful about how they treat their employees, because if a negative wave goes into the market, not only people, smart people will not, or you say qualified people will not enter that job. Also, with people may discourage buying the products or services that company is making. So we have to know the pulse of the market, you have to know the pulse of the employees, and keep them happy, satisfied, so that in the long run the objective of growth, profit, wealth maximization is fulfilled. Got my point? Yes, is it clear? Is anybody listening to me or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll continue.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Then the one more biggest challenge is globalization. Now, what do you mean by globalization? Anybody? What is globalization? Yes, anybody? What do you mean by globalization, and how is it raising a challenge for today's HR? Nobody knows what is globalization. Okay, so globalization means where the whole world has become, one marketplace. Now anybody can work anywhere. We have MNCs, we have transnational companies. Okay, so where company situated anywhere in the world is doing business in the different corners of the world, and it is having a workforce which is a mixture of different nations, different races, different languages, working style, culture, and so on. Okay, so when you are working on a global level, when your employees are a mixture of different countries, then there are a lot of challenges which they have to take care of. One thing is, when you are entering a new market, you should know the culture, the pulse of the market. For that, you need local employees. But many companies, they don't trust the local employees and don't empower them. Means they will take them for lower cadre jobs or lower whatever jobs. They don't give them the manageable position. Why? Because they don't trust them. So this may give a negative impact. Okay, so globalization is both, a blessing as well as it is challenging. Why it is a blessing? Because when you're going to a new market, you hire a local employee there, you know the pulse of the market, how is the culture, tradition, and you can get cheaper products. Then labor will be cheaper, so your competencies will increase, your costs will decrease, and thereby you will be a better product, your profit will increase. But if you're not trusting the locals there, and you're not putting in the right thing at the right time, then it will be dangerous also. Okay, so in globalization, the managerial learning process is a very critical work. So you have to make a team such that you have a person from the core company and a team of well professionals from different parts of the world, so that they get synchronized and do a proper teamwork, so that the objective or the task or the project is fulfilled in a proper way. So managing careers in this level of globalization is very having peculiar difficulties, because people have become very ambitious now. If you are working in an MNC, you are not thinking about uh, they are more of some self-centered motives which may motivate them to not go along the team and just be like be the center of attraction, pretending to please your management or boss, so that I have done the whole work. So if this mentality of self-centeredness, or you can say attention hungry, is there, then as a team there will be a grudge, because people from within one location only, there is a problem to go and get together. So now if this attitude is there, where you are downgrading on other country people or other race people, then there will be a chaos, and managing this will be really very difficult. Then next one is technology, how it is posing a challenge. Now we have different types of organizations. We call them as virtual or wired organizations or learning organization. What do you mean by learning organizations? Anybody? Or a wired or virtual organization? Yes, anybody can tell me any one of these. See, you have to interact, otherwise there is no use of I keeping on speaking all the time. Yes, anybody? What is a virtual or a wired organization? No one. Okay. Learning organization is one where the process, the business process, the activities, there is a constant change every now and then. So every now and then they are trying to adopt the new ways, new technology. They are not stagnant in one way. So when you are a learning organization, when you are getting upgraded every say second year, what happens is the employees should be on the toes all the time. They should be upgraded with the latest technology, latest information. Otherwise, if you are not, if you are stagnant, then it will not be there. So learning organization basic aim is they are continuously upgrading themselves. They talk learning something new and also teaching and transforming the employees. So if your employees are not that smart, not that fast, then you can't pace up with this, and your organization will be stagnant. So a learning organization should be very smart in picking up the employees, those who are who are curious in doing something new, learning something new. Then next one is the wired organization. Now, what do you mean by wired organization? Organization that is wired, right? So wired organization means where uh, on a global level you have connected, say, you're connecting, making decisions, having conferences without moving to the location. So by staying here connected online, you are doing all the necessary work. So even so it is not about wired organization are not always virtual also. So wired organizations means where you're not moving from one place to another. You have offices at different places. Whatever information decision making you want to do, you do it over the say via video conferencing and so on. So this is saving a lot of time, cost in transportation and other things. Then the next one is virtual offices. Virtual offices means at a there is no physical place or head office as such. Okay, the address is a web address. If you want to contact them, go and meet them, their office doesn't exist. Okay, so there are having virtual offices where everything is done online. Say for example, your these job portals, or say your Make My Trip and all that, these things have virtual offices. So as such, there is no personal interaction with the customers. Whatever interaction is there is through the net, through the technology. So these type of organization are changing the nature of management work. Now we have small teams, we have startups with few employees who are not concerned about what they wear or where they are. It is all about application development in a virtual office, maybe at their home place or in the freelancing system. So this type of organization here, man to man contact has decreased, so you have to be totally upgraded and as well as connected. Then because of technology there is an automation. Now why is automation so much important? Because with automation what is happening is that number of employees you need is reducing. There is job oversimplification. So this may result into sometimes a monotonous work, and it may, because there is no human interaction, the skill development of employees may decrease, and there will be poor quality or low productivity, and the employees will be alien to whatever is happening in the organization, because everything is done by uh, say technology. So they don't may not know the details about how the product is there, and there is very few employees. No doubt it is saving cost, but in countries like India, automation is not always appreciated. Why? Because we have such a large workforce. If everything is automated, the workforce will go unemployed. So this may create a serious problem. The creativity, productivity, efficiency of the employees may decrease. Then one more important thing what we have to promote in this 21st century is, may I say, most of them are behind money, status, power, and somewhere the ethics or the principles on which business was done or life was led is missing. So to promote a system of moral principles is becoming very difficult, because people are becoming more self-centered, attention hungry, profit oriented, leaving behind, forget employees. Even big companies are forgetting the basic ethics about why they have started the business. That's why this concept of CSR, that is corporate social responsibility, is taking so much importance. Okay, so even the government specifies that around 2 to 3% of it profit should be spent in CSR. Means the companies who are making profit, they have to keep a share back, so that they can give back to the community. Say for example, these Tata group is having a cancer hospitals. Then your Star Airlines, Star Gutka, these people have an university, that is Sanjay Ghodawat University. Then there is Manik Chand, who is having a hospital, and so on. So we have this Azim Premji Foundation, where they are taking care of scholarship to talented employees. This CSR activities, and more so, it has become a fancy word just to say put a gloomy image in front of the in the front of the society. But it has become a very important tool, because people or companies have become more and more profit, sometimes in an unethical way also. Then the last important thing about challenges in OB is about justice. Now, what is justice? Justice means fairness, not being partial, not being, concerned to one person. You have to be free, fair, and unbiased to everybody. So, in an organization, we have justice. So how you judge people or your employees, whether you're favoring one or a group or that. So such things shouldn't be there. That's why we need say that organizational justice. So it is having 4 forms: distributive, informational, procedural, and interpersonal. So we'll study what is this one by one. Now, distributive justice is a concept where you are talking about fairness of pay. Means a person, equal job, equal work, equal pay. This concept of where you are not giving somebody more or somebody less. So based on what they have, what they are working, about their experience, based on that you are paying them. It's not about, because somebody is your relative or from your caste or community. So if that is there, we say it is not distributive justice. So as a company, they should follow this rule of equal pay, fairness associated in decision outcome and distribution of resources, so that the employees may not feel dejected, or feel that they are being say manipulated. Then the next thing here is procedural justice. The procedural justice means you are giving chance to employees to make decisions. Okay, so the way the things are going on should be accurate, they should be ethical, free from bias, they should be empowered to take decisions. So it is a fairness of process where it involves everything about, it's not like a one fine day you come up and say from tomorrow this is stopped and we are starting a new thing. So you can't do that. There should be consistency of job performance. Suddenly one fine day you come and say, chalo, you are fired. You can't do that. You have to give proper notice. The work should be accurate. There should be some ethics in the department. Then there should be no partiality among the work process. Like for example, if a senior or somebody is doing, his mistake is not considered as a mistake, a junior's mistake is cleared it like a blunder. You can't do such a thing. So procedures should be right intact. It should be followed in a meticulous way without biased. Then the third type of justice is informational, interactional justice, where international justice means it is about two types. It is interpersonal and informational. So interpersonal justice means you have to treat your employees with respect, with integrity, properly, without insulting them. Even say if they are making a mistake, don't insult them in front of everybody. Maybe you can call him in the cabin and talk to him and so on. So you have to behave them with them properly. Don't condemn them simply because they are juniors or freshers or something like that. So interpersonal justice is about how you treat them personally. Are you hurting them? Or even if, say, when they are doing good work, praise them. If they're doing bad work, you have to punish them, but it should be in a proper way so that it doesn't hurt their feelings. You have to treat them like human beings, like you have should have empathy. Means if they are, say, for empathy is a thing where you feel the pain about others. Okay, you feel that if I was in this situation, if somebody said to me like this, I would have felt the pain. So that empathy should be there. So give them punishment in such a way that it is not hurt them. You make them realize that they have made a mistake, and you have to upkeep with the standards and improve the and not repeat the mistakes. Then the fourth one is informational justice. So informational justice is all about, adequacy of explanations. You have to, the management shouldn't hide anything from its employees. There should be fairness, transparency. Uh, don't keep them in the dark, and at the end moment, give some trouble. Say for example, if the company is going for a merger, and if there is a news that after the merger some of the employees are going to be fired, then that information should be properly given them with proper notice so that they can think of their future, think about a new job. It's not like one fine day you suddenly you come and say you are fired. That cannot be done. So it's about, it may be about uh, uh, job termination or anything else. The management as well as the employee should not hide any information. They should be transparent about mutual communication, right from management to employees, and employees also shouldn't hide or manipulate any of the information to the outside and make money out of it. So this can be considered as informational injustice. So these all are the challenges, right from workforce diversity, talent management, changing demographics, technology. All these things pose a lot of problems to today's modern organizations, and so they have to be properly taken care of by the HR department while recruiting or when they are in job and afterwards also. So this is all about